안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 라빈입니다. Hey, what's up, guys? This is your girl Robyn, and welcome back. And I'm reacting this way because if you follow me on social media, you would know that I finally, after being in Korea for almost 7 months, I finally have seen a GOT7 member. But I unexpectedly saw 3 GOT7 members. So we're gonna talk about it. So we all know how much I love GOT7, obviously. If I just, you know. Obviously, right? We all know how much I love GOT7, and I have been in Korea for almost 7 months, and I still have yet, until Saturday, I still have yet to like seen a GOT7 member. I went to Jin Young's photo exhibition, but he wasn't there. It was just a photo exhibition before he went to the military, and then I wasn't able to go to Bamboo's promotions because I was like working, and just horrible timing. I couldn't go to Water Bomb for them because I was working that day. It just really sad. So Youngjae, if you guys don't know, Youngjae is probably my 3rd favorite member of GOT7, and he was doing a musical, and this was released back in like March, maybe April, that he was doing a musical from like June until September, or July until September, something like that. And it is a revamp of the drama 그날들, which is a drama that has 2 different like settings. Like the first setting is based in 1992, where 2 guys that are secret servicemen who were originally rivals became friends, and they fell in love with the same girl, and Youngjae's character, spoiler alert, dies trying to save the girl, but the girl lives, which pisses me off. And then 10 years later, or 20 years later, in 2012, I believe, was it 2012? I think it's 2012. In 2012, the president's daughter, who his daughter is friends with, because he is now like in the top line of Secret Servicemen, of the Secret Service, the president's daughter goes missing on the same exact day, 20 years later, from when his friend, Youngjae's character, went missing. And so it was like that day, right? It was his. Yes, it was the president's daughter. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit about the story. So the first part is, this is a synopsis that they have in here in English, but obviously I'm going to explain it. So the days began in the security service of the Blue House in 1992. Joining the security service of the Blue House, which is like the White House in Korea, Jong-hak meets his colleague Moo Young, which was the character that Youngjae played. Who is a free-spirited, unlike him, considered as the best talents of the newcomers. The 2 cultivate their friendship as rivals and friends before South Korea forms diplomatic relations with China. They are given their first task, which is to protect the woman, whose identity is unknown. One day, however, the woman is gone, and all of a sudden, with Moo Young. And then the traces of the day are discovered in 2012 at the event being held at the Blue House to commemorate the 20th anniversary of South Korea, China's diplomatic relations. Jong-hak, who is now the leader of the Secret Service, receives a piece of urgent news. Hana, the daughter of the president, has disappeared along with her bodyguard, Tae-sik, just like what happened on the day 20 years ago. Pursuing their whereabouts, Jong-hak discovers the traces of Moo Young and the woman that disappeared 20 years ago, one after another. So that's what this cover is. It's a very, very long. It's like a 3-hour musical, which I didn't expect to be 3 hours, honestly. But so I went on September 2nd. I went on September 2nd, which was Youngjae's last day for the musical, because they're also redoing it and they're doing it in Daegu. But I went on September 2nd because it was his last day of the musical. And so I thought it would be perfect to go. So I did. Because I for God's sakes, I wanted to see a GOT7 member and I wanted to see Youngjae, okay? And so I went, and it was a really good musical. I'm not going to lie. It was really good. It was very entertaining. I laughed a lot more than I thought I would for a musical that seems so serious. Youngjae's character is very much like him in person, which was great to see. Youngjae had 2 kiss scenes in Youngjae has 2 kiss scenes in this drama, And the first one I was expecting, but I still like reacted in a funny way because like this is Youngjae, the baby boy, you know? Like this is like the not said maknae, but maknae of GOT7, you know? So I was like, whoo, Youngjae. So the first scene, the first kiss scene, I was expecting. So I was like ready for it. The second one though, I was not expecting. And I literally went like, yeah! I made such a weird noise. And I laid my head on my friend's shoulder because I was not expecting it at all. I was like, yeah! So spoiler alert, there's 2 kiss scenes in it, but Youngjae's character was very, very interesting, and he of course popped off. The one scene that me and my friends kept talking about the whole way home was there's this scene where they're like in the locker room and there's a guy acting like he's taking a shower in the back and he's like shirtless and stuff and has only a towel around his waist, and I like noticed him and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like watching Youngjae because that's Youngjae's main scene, and them just like acting like fucking fools in the bathroom, and then all of a sudden I look back and they multiplied and I was like, what the fuck? I'm trying to watch Youngjae, dude. But it was a very interesting musical. I had a lot of really like high-end people in like the musical industry and like K-drama actors as well. It was really, really good. The ending for Curtain Call, I did record that, so here you go.
그리고 오늘 장유정 연출님이 직접 와 계십니다. 그런데 제가 한마디 하고 싶습니다. 연출님, 다음 시즌에 뵙도록 할게요.
And as you can tell, the moment he did this, I was like just dying. I was dying. I was like, Youngjae. So, yeah. And then it ends. So it ended at about 10 p.m., which I was not expecting. I thought it would end at like 9. It ended at like 10. And we decided to wait around a little bit. And then we like go downstairs because we were on the 3rd floor because Robyn is cheap. She didn't have enough money to buy like good tickets. So we were coming downstairs. Right? And all of a sudden, I see this string bean of a man. I see the string bean of a man wearing a bucket hat. And I'm like, who the fuck is this string bean of a man? It looks like Yoongjam. And then like all of a sudden everyone just starts crowding around him. And he looks behind him and I look right at him and I'm like, holy fuck, it is Yoongjam. So, and like I had a feeling that Yoongjam was gonna be there that night. I had a feeling. I was like, what is Yoongjam doing? Nothing. He'll probably be there. And so I had a feeling that Yoongjam was gonna be there. So Yoongjam was there and I saw Yoongjam in the lobby before like all the actors and everyone was leaving. And so he was going downstairs, but he was with someone else. And I couldn't figure out who that other person was because everyone was crowding around the two. And I'm that type of person where I will look from afar. I don't want to crowd around someone. But it was so funny because I just saw Yoongjam and I went, who the fuck is this string bean of a man? Oh shit, it's Yoongjam. I don't know why. Every time I look at Yoongjam, I think that. But it was really funny. So then we ended up waiting for Youngjae to come out. Which, that is when Youngjae came out. I saw JB. And I was like, JB 왔냐? I was like, is that really JB? Because I knew Yoongjam was here, and I knew that they were going to leave with Youngjae. So I knew Yoongjam was here, but then I saw JB walk out, and I was like, Jaebom? I was not expecting to see Jaebom. Like, I was more expecting to see, Yoongjam and Bam. I was not expecting to see JB at all. So when I saw JB, I was like, JB? Aren't you supposed to be working right now? Like, because I knew Jinyoung couldn't come, and because he's also in service right now, so I knew Jinyoung couldn't come. But I was like, did you just have like the day off, dude, and you decided to come? Like, what the fuck? I was so confused. I was like, JB? So they walk, and Laura, who is amazing, she got me this footage for you guys that you will see here. Laura, being the tiniest person I've ever met in my life, she literally got on the floor in between people's legs and got that video for me. Thank you, Laura. And they leave, and we decided to leave because I was in shock that I saw JB first off, because I was like, JB? JB? I just saw Jaebom? Like, what the fuck? And like also just seeing Youngjae and finally getting to like at least see a GOT7 member, but I got a 3-for-1 apparently. So we were leaving, and as we're leaving, I can hear the fans screaming in the fucking parking lot, and I'm over here thinking, what the fuck? And it didn't hit me until the day after. JB came on his fucking motorcycle and was showing off in front of Augustes, and they were screaming at every little thing he did. When I found that video, I thought it was really fucking funny. I was like, JB, you would. You fucking would. But yeah. And then I went on my merry way and literally was just in shock for the next 2 days of like, holy fuck, I finally saw GOT7 in Korea. Now I just got to see Jinyoung, dude, and it makes it full circle, dude. Like, but he's in the military. But in 2 weeks I will be going to Bam Bam's concert. So you will see me at Bam Bam, so you will have content for that in the near future. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Youngjae's musical because some of you guys knew that I already went, and I wanted to talk about it because it's GOT7. You know how much I love GOT7. So yeah, that was it about Youngjae's musical. If you guys have any questions about it, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, become a nominator, follow me on social media, and I'll see you all in the next video. Annyeong!